Very athletic. He certainly passes the eye test, and with his size, he can.
And now introducing your Orlando Magic. At power forward, at the forward position.
We are in Orlando, Florida, as the Magic are about to go into this interconference contest right here. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday afternoon. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. So Golden State will get the first possession. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Against the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Barnes and Green are the forward set. And it's Bogut in at the 5. A nice bounce back here for Harrison Barnes, Clark, in year 3. Moved into the starting lineup last year and really responded.
Yeah, he did. I think he benefited from the new system. He was miscast as an isolation scorer, but when he can spot up for threes and catch the ball on the move, that's his game.
Here's Gordon. Goes up with it again. And he lays it up and in. Gordon's got the first basket of the game for the Magic.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
On its way from Curry for 2. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Harrison Barnes, very athletic. He certainly passes the eye test, and with his size, he can punish smaller wings and create mismatches, and then also he can play some small ball power forward at times as well with the way they like to space the floor.
No one near Curry as he lets it go. Curry with another miss.
3 misses to start the game, still trying to break the seal on that hoop.
Fires from 14, and there's Oladipo on the assist by Vucevic. Oladipo's got 5.
Nice bucket there. I mean, they are playing really, really smart basketball.
IQ basketball, smartphone basketball, whatever you want to call it. Even though the lead's not that large, they're still in charge right now.
And you talk about Harrison Barnes overall. He had a nice uptick in his rebounding last year, and that was a goal of his. He wanted to get his activity level up. And oftentimes the difference between being good and great is just making those small incremental improvements in different facets of the game.
Thompson misses. Orlando's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. Now let's find out what head coach Steve Kerr had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, he told me that basically on the defensive end, if they can do a good job on their outside shooters, everything else should fall into place. He said, listen, if we can force them to work the ball inside on a consistent basis, we feel like we have an excellent chance to win. We'll see, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Devising a strategy, Clark, to take away that 3-point shot.
Yeah, I think it's an important part of your defensive game plan because teams nowadays are just too good to not defend them from behind the 3-point line.
And here is Payton following Draymond Green's 3. They get it back. Vucevic. Good D by Thompson.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Vucevic. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Jason Smith, he's checked in for Vucevic. Fry comes in for Gordon. Hezonja, he's checked in for Harris. And Evan Fournier subbed in for Victor Oladipo. Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Rush comes in for Harrison Barnes. Andre Iguodala, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Here's Rush. Livingston dishes to Iguodala. That shot wide open. Iguodala's got his first bucket of the night. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Fournier in the corner. Fires from the wing. The Warriors pull it in. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. The Warriors shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for them. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
And he makes the first. And it's tied up with that one. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, it's tipped. Here's Smith. He sinks the 11-footer.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still, I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry, and tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. And when you consider how the Magic are doing, what do you think?
Just the way they've been able to pound that backboard, I think that's been the difference.
Establishment of a good low post presence, a big part of the success.
They've got Jason Smith, Channing Frye out there with Hazonia. Then there's Elfrid Payton, and it's Fournier in at the 2. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down. And Marley Spates last season with the best year of his career. I mean, he shot the cover off the ball and did a nice job on the boards as well.
Can't get it to go. Excellent defense there from Smith. Orlando, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Hazonia. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Orlando making some changes. Vucevic checked in for Jason Smith. Harris comes in for Channing Frye. And it's Oladipo in for Elfrid Payton. Different look here for the Warriors. Andrew Bogut checked in for Spates. Barnes comes in for Draymond Green. Thompson, he's checked in for Brandon Rush. And it's Stephen Curry in for Sean Livingston. Thompson outside, kicks it to Curry. Back to Thompson. Shot clock at 6. Up it goes, and the Magic lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Barnes.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
The Magic have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
And Thompson kicks to Barnes. Back to Thompson. Again, Golden State.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
As you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the 3-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play. So they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
Here's Vucevic. Another miss by Vucevic. The Warriors leading.
A chance here to go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to ramp up the speed and make it happen in a hurry.
That is good.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks, and stolen by Barnes.
No need to rush here. They can play for one shot.
Yeah, and I think the way you do it, you're patient as you indicated, and wait until about the 5-second mark before you get into your play.
Now Oladipo, he has 5. Fournier, that's for 2. And that one's on target from the wing. Fournier's got his first 2 points. It's Curry outside. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Warriors ahead. Have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out away here in the third. Klay Thompson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. And it's Curry in at the 1. Payton gets the bucket.
Oh, he hit that shot, Kevin, from the suburb. What a shot.
You got to have some guts to let it fly from that far beyond the arc. And Draymond Green, guys, has won at every level. I mean, led Saginaw High School to 2 consecutive state championships at Michigan State, 2 trips to the Final Four, and now making noise with the Warriors. It's clear this guy's a winner, and he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Barnes can't get it to go. The Magic trail by 4. A fader. Draymond Green pulls it in.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
Left block shot on the way. Tries again. And it's laid in by Bogut. Bogut's got 4 this quarter.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here.
Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
And Orlando making a change here. Smith is checked in. Then for the Warriors, Spates checked in for Bogut. Rush comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Barbosa in for Thompson. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Smith.
And Scott Skiles has been around the league as a coach for a while now, coming home to where he played most of his career here in Orlando. And at times, he can be a demanding coach.
Good.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Count that one. And Greg, you're right. Skiles is what, we'd call a no-nonsense coach. Makes perfect sense when you think about the team that now Clarkie's going to go coach in Orlando.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was great at developing players, and that's exactly why the Orlando Magic hired him. Plays with an edge, but he develops players quite nicely, too.
Holds him accountable, doesn't he?
Yep, well said.
Barbosa with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. Just 4 to shoot. And it's Green missing. The Magic trail by 5. And stolen by Spates. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And Leandro Barbosa, the bucket on the assist by Curry. Barbosa's got 5 points in the quarter.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half. And here is Curry.
Lots of room. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Smith. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the 4th. Warriors leading by 7. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. On the court for Orlando. Inside, it's Fry and Vucevic. Fournier out there with Elfrid Payton, and it's Hezonja in at the 3 spot.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here is Livingston. To the paint. Here's Bogut. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Livingston's got 5 assists tonight. Orlando with the ball. They trail by 9 points. And there's the feed to Fournier. Puts it up from 12. And again, it's Orlando converting.
And this has been purely a display of offense that we're seeing here today.
And, you know, it's only getting better as both of these teams' defenses are starting to show signs of wearing down.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
Over in the corner, Barnes lets it go with a 3. And he gets it to go. And the Warriors lead by 10.
And that tells you a lot about why the score is where it is. Lazy defense.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're losing by 10. 1:53 left here in the 4th quarter. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Yes, exactly, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what Scott Skiles said to his team. He told his players, guys, we're letting opportunities slip away in transition. Let's push it up the floor, look to score some points in early offense. Kevin, can they pick up the tempo?
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're up by 10. 1:53 left in the 4th quarter. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Over in the corner, Livingston. Back to Thompson. Fournier pulls it down. The Magic trail by 10. Passes it to Fry. Goes up on the high post. The Warriors pull it in.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Barnes kicks to Iguodala. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
All of the scoring in tight is coming at that end of the court.
You know, they found the holes in the defense and really doing a great job of exploiting them.
This is to Fry. Over to the wing. From 18 feet away. Rebounded by Bogut. Warriors leading by 12.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Warriors.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, Steve, and in the end, but, you know, they had to weather a few storms along the way, Clark, and that's all part of the story.
That's right, Kevin. I mean, this was by no means a runaway that it might appear to have been. I mean, it was a scrappy performance all the way through.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Harrison Barnes. You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
The offensive rebound. And so here's Orlando. 15-point game. Deflects the pass. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And the jam by Andre Iguodala.
Well, guys, they came in here and really took charge from the opening tip. This is such a tough thing to do for a visiting team. This contest was played on their terms.
And, you know, that's not the way it usually works in the NBA. It's going to be a great win, and you know it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here for sure.
We've got 13 seconds left in the game. Here is Livingston, covered by Payton. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, G, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And a chance now to send your